There's times where jobs get tough, but that's like everything. So, and I can't look back on any of the 15, 16 years actually it's been, without thinking of all the high points. They so outweigh any of the low points. It doesn't even register. Well, I'm very proud of it. I'm very proud to be British, and I'm very proud to have that kind of, there's something about it that is there's a stiff upper lip to him, but there's also there's a style, and there's all about, the thing about the tailoring, the cars and things, which all feel particularly British to me, which I think is fun to play with, and I really get a kick out of doing all that. It's difficult because, you probably can tell I'm a bit kind of giggly, and I kind of like to have a laugh, and I kind of like to do that on set, and there's a moment to do that, and I would laugh all the way through it if I could, and I think that sometimes I've got to get serious, get a bit more serious. I think that's the best note you can get, really, more Bond, less Bond. I've always said it. I'm a huge fan of all of those moments. I just didn't want to put them in because I wanted to try and reinvent it as much as possible. Mm-hmm. Well, I did this thing which was which made everybody, apparently made people angry, because they asked me, what do I want to be in a Star Wars movie for? Just to keep it under wraps, because everybody's going, oh, that's the rumor, and it's like, that's news to me. And it did, and it actually kept it out, and so then suddenly it became something. So you can't always do that, but it was just nice to play around with that, so that it was a nice surprise. Still waiting for my check, by the way. I just wanted to make sure I'd left it in as good a place as I found it. That's all I kind of cared about, and I think that anybody who takes it on will feel the same way, because it's like it matters, and it's a huge part of cinema history, and it's a huge part of British cinema history, which is sort of like a massive thing, and the importance of it, not for the fans, for everybody, and for everybody involved, is to make the best movies we can, and I think that's what I've certainly tried to do, and I know that all the people I've worked with have tried to do. What's the point? It's like, what's the point of being there if you're not going to? These movies are rare. In a movie sense, these are the rarest movies you can make. There are big movies going on. There's the Marvel movies, and there's other things that are going on, but very, very few people get to work on these movies. And I'm incredibly fortunate that I've had the chance to do it. So my instinct is, let's do it the best we can, and otherwise, as I say, go big or go home. For everybody, it's been like just a very, very odd couple of years in any way. And this has been, it's like to sort of put things into perspective, the fact that we had this movie to put out and we were waiting to put it in the cinemas, and it was like, well, what will be, will be. I'm just so grateful that we've got here eventually, and that we're going to have a premiere, and we're going to celebrate this, and we're going to, because I think we've got a very special film, and that's just, it's more than we could have hoped for, especially this time last year. No one knew what was going to happen. But like I said, it's like, everything had to be put into perspective. It was just like the world has gone crazy, and it's like, we locked it away. We've been so we've been so careful about keeping it under wraps, and we waited, and thankfully the people whose money it is have been incredibly brave and have waited, because it could have gone other way. It could have gone out there. This is a Bond movie. It's meant to be seen in the cinema, and I've just had to chill. It's out of my hands. Control the things you can control. I just count myself as incredibly fortunate to have had a chance to tell the story. I always had a little kind of plan in my head, and where I got the arrogance from to even think that, I have no idea, but I've always wanted to sort of tell a story with it, and Barbara Broccoli and Michael Wilson gave me the chance to do that, so I just massively fortunate. We've been incredibly fortunate to have such wonderful actors playing these parts, and Leia has come in and done Madeleine, and has come back to play this. So I don't really want to give the game away, but and she's brilliant. So we get to explore the relationship more. We get to get into their heads and see more of Madeleine's character, which is really key. Her role is central to the film, and is sort of a heartbeat of the film. I don't go online, so I try and stay out of that headspace if I can. We just were very careful. We're very proud of the film. The only thing that we've had in mind is that we wanted to wait to get it into cinemas, and how difficult that's been over the past nearly 2 years now. It's crazy, and just the fact that we've got to this stage and we can actually get it out there is joyous, and we can't wait for it to be. I don't keep much. I keep the shoes because they're so nice, and I kind of wear them in on set, and they become the most comfortable thing. So I don't really. I'm not really
There are lots of things I keep, but I tend to, what I do is we auction them off for charity and try and raise some money with them. That's the sort of thing we do.